So how do you configure ClientLink on the autonomous access points? Do you remember ClientLink and the pressure of my duct moving around because we have two waves coming from the access point? So how do you configure that setting on the autonomous access point? Let's have a look. The trick is that you do not really configure it because it's on by default. But it's a bit confusing because if you look at it, there are some different options depending on if you are on the controller or if you are on the autonomous access point. So on the autonomous AP, it's a CLI only configuration. So you go to configure terminal, go to the radio you want to configure, and if you want to change the ClientLink settings, you're going to use the keyword beamform and then whatever option you want to set. For example, you say beamform FDM, you enable ClientLink. But it's enabled by default. So what you want to do if you want to do anything is disable it, and that's no beamform or FDM. You probably want to keep it on anyway, so let's go back to beamform or FDM. And when it's on, you can configure some options. And the option is basically decide a threshold below which you want to enable this beamforming ClientLink option. And the way it's done it's by saying beamform, and then you go to RSSI, and here you define the RSSI threshold below which ClientLink should start being triggered. Remember, default is minus 65 dBm. If you want to change its value, you can change to something else, but by default, you probably want to keep the defaults anyway, so let's keep 65.